I'm so frustrated right now. A couple of my pals, colleagues, business partners, they've got dealer license. They've got everything we need in order to bid. It's Monday now. So we missed the buy it now period, unfortunately. And at this point, the car is gonna go to auction. No big deal, happy to do that. But our accounts that we registered on Friday and that don't get verified during non-business hours, they take 72 hours during business days in order to be verified. So we re-registered 5 p.m. on Friday, and 5 p.m. Friday, 24 hours would be 5 p.m. Monday, 48 hours would be 5 p.m. Tuesday, 72 hours would be 5 p.m. Wednesday. So well on this one. I'm looking for brokers right now. It's kind of a difficult thing to get a hold of anybody. And then at the same time, the bidding happens at 9:30 tomorrow morning. It's 6:30 p.m. right now on Monday. We can't wire money fast enough. We can't do really anything fast enough in order to get this truck. I'm a little frustrated because this was gonna be the first one. Popped my cherry, had my eyes set on it, and it's just such a lesson for life. We gotta set our expectations low and hope for the best. But goal right now, not be discouraged. See if there's anything I can throw together right now. I'm talking to a couple brokers right now, just seeing if the interesting part is through CA, this car still has a buy it now option. I'm having a chat with their customer service, and I'm just wondering, I'm just like, oh, if I can buy it now, put in my credit card, will this work? Could I put down that cash right now and just get it now? Crossing my fingers. If not, I want to go bigger. I want to bid on something. I think we should do a Porsche Macan. I think that sounds awesome. I've seen a few of them in here. Damage is not that bad, but I think just fixing those things is just so expensive that they are getting totaled very easily. So let's wait and see. I'll be back. Okay, so auction starts in half hour. It's Christmas Eve. As we anticipated, our account's not set up yet. It still has not processed. So I think the only other option right now, the third-party broker, that site, no longer an option. Now, the only other option is maybe it being Christmas Eve, car won't bid to where the owner of it wants, because they want that $20,000. And it went through the auction before and it didn't quite get there, and the owner decided not to sell it. So being Christmas Eve, maybe won't be many people bidding this morning, and maybe it won't go for what's required, and that maybe I'll get another chance to do this again. We'll see. I'm gonna get showered and dressed. Okay, well, it's Christmas Eve. We're going to my fiance Ella's family's together. So we gotta drive 2 hours, and I'm excited. I get to see her dad and also the rest of her family. But I'm really excited to see her dad because we get to talk about cars and get to talk about this experience. But the car is an auction block right now, and we're at car 73. That one is 142. I'm just hoping that the bids don't hit that $20,000 mark, because if they don't, the seller has already sold it at auction because of that. So I'm hopeful that we experience that again, but it's all about probabilities. I guess we'll see. See you in the car. Okay, we're driving. Checking 148. It just passed. Let's see if it's sold. Oh no. Oh yeah.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Valve covers, blacked out valve covers, that he's got some engraving being done. This is your cooler. That was all hand built. It was all hand formed, aluminum, the core. You can buy the core, and then you have to mock up what you want.
Yeah.
And then you send it off to these guys that build. These here panels we made here, they kind of tuck in because this is all totally different up
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You know? This is where the used to latch.
Right.
So we made these little guys right. This is what's gonna latch his hood down now.
Yeah.
The ripcord. This guy here that will mount it up inside the grill where you can't see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And latch the hood. These are your cooler for the turbos, they call.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no pump, oil pump in the, your oil pan is where all the oil goes. And it just circulates. There's a pump that's mounted on the front of the block.
How many quarts are going in there?
That's a good question.
TBD.
Yeah, I would guess maybe 12 quarts, 15 quarts
Oh
of
my
oil.
goodness.
With all the line.
Bear.
And these are all, AN fittings, like fittings.
Yeah.
Okay, there's your fuel here.
Yep.
So all your lines are coming in and then circulating through. So it's leaving probably next week, and then all the wiring will get done. James does all the wiring for John. It's got the big stuff computer.
Is that
That's what controls everything on the injectors and your fuel.
yeah. Oh my gosh. 18.
That sniffer I was talking about that runs through to the gas. So you can run one. You just buy a switch in the vehicle.
Yeah.
This is the line we're just finishing up here. This goes to the fuel pump, and then you've got your fuel line coming through, and it'll tie into this.
Yeah. Bottom of this thing is
Spotless, isn't it?
what?
Spotless.
I mean, it's as beautiful as the top.
Yeah.
Beautiful as the engine.
Yeah, this thing's gonna rip. Pushing for 2,000 horsepower.
2,000 horsepower.
He'll get there, and some. When it runs a track, it just won't have traction. Control the launch. Turbos, they designed where they wanted the turbos, where to set them. John didn't want them under the hood anymore because it was cooking
Right.
the paint off the hood.
Oh, no
all
way.
The fender wells were
Yeah.
getting hot.
Yeah.
He wants a good truck.
Right.
So they engineered, let's put them in the back, underneath the cab, keep things cool when you're going down the road.
Yeah.
And still have, and they engineered how big the tubing has to be to get that power. It's just not guessing. They have done all the engineering and figured out how big around the tube has to be.
What tubing?
This tubing right sucks the air
Oh, so the
that runs through.
yeah.
It comes all the way through here, and then that big cooler I showed you on the front,
Yeah.
that's what's pulling all the air.
That thing just sucks air.
So when the turbos are winding,
Right.
it's pulling the air. It's sucking the air. When you're going down the road, it's even pulling more air.
Right. So that's not just like
Air
a.
dryers.
So that's not for cooling your engine. That's for airflow. I was thinking that was a
No,
radiator.
your radiator's right here. You didn't see the radiator.
Are you kidding me?
There's the fans for your radiator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's keeping the cool.
Oh
Then
my
you got
gosh.
Then you got your other cooler right here.
I was so confused because I
know,
saw
there's
the
so much plumbing on this. There's way too much plumbing. It's confusing. Even I'm getting confused.
Yeah, I was like saw the to that and I was like, maybe I'm missing where the air intake is, but that's the air intake.
Yeah, that's your air.
That where you're pulling in air for turbos. That is insane.
It's just sucking air.
Looks like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, a lot of hand built.
This is a door handle.
This is what they engineered and designed. Yep, you just push in and
Oh wow, that's
pull out.
beautiful.
We don't have it hooked
Right.
up yet.
Right.
So they sell in rough and then you weld it in.
Oh really?
Yeah, keeps everything nice. Back to the aftermarket shit talk.
Oh, here we go. Aftermarket shit talk.
That fender over there came from AMD from China,
Well, okay.
but they sell it.
Mm-hmm.
We had right fender purchased. We couldn't not get the left fender to line up. It was literally like 5/8 of an inch in the front.
Uh-huh.
And when we pushed the fender in to get it to try to fit, it wouldn't line up with the fender for the door.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get the door gap with the fender gap.
Yeah.
So we sent a video to AMD. We sent a video and he was like, well, when did you purchase these? And we told him we must have had a bad die that needed tuned up for cleaning. We got the last batch of the bad die. We'll help you out. We'll knock off like 10% off of the new one.
Yeah.
So we ended up finding a used decent one. We just had it blasted. And then we ended up cutting this right off.
Yep.
And then using that bad fender,
Yeah.
the lower section we ended up using.
Great.
You can see our gaps now, they're like almost perfect all the way through.
Yeah, it looks great.
And then a gap through here will be nice. There's a rust hole they gotta cut out and replace, put a new piece in.
This was rust?
Yeah, it's just blasting.
What are the holes there for? Those...
Well, when we got it back from the laster,
Yeah.
The rust was so big, just shot right through.
Right through those.
So thin, so we'll end up cutting and putting a new piece in that section.
Is that pretty typical? That'll happen.
Yeah, because of heavy. Because there's a heavy brace right through here.
Yeah.
So what happens is all the debris, road grime,
Right.
shit will get up in there and just like
Rust.
Yeah.
What was going on right here?
Well, there was a dent there. Back in the day, they just tried fixing it.
Yeah.
And they used all holes. We just welded them shut, and then we'll make some holes.
Yep. And this is like where it was taped and went to the sandblaster.
I sealed it so it wouldn't rust.
Oh.
Bare metal.
Right.
So I just used a tape over the bad spots.
Okay.
Sealed it up so it wouldn't rust.
Yep.
And then we'll come back and tackle that later.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So.
What do you think, Bear? What do we got here?
69 Camaro. That we have mini tubs.
What do you think, Nick?
Nick at night.
Nick at night.
Use the Hellcat in the shop.
The Hellcat. This is the only kind of Hellcat that's approved to be in this shop. The other kinds and their customers.
Yep.
We're on our way back from Christmas in Hillsdale.
Yep.
We just got done with a wild weekend of kids, aunts, uncles, chaos, grandparents, a couple of dogs, a couple of naughty dogs here and there. But the best part was I got to spend some time with Ella's dad, who is just an expert. As you saw in that video, this guy is just in a class of his own. The type of things he builds and works on, it's certainly far beyond my knowledge and expertise. You know, I can take a bumper off and put one on, but that guy's on another level. Hoping we can work together on something someday, and I have a feeling we will be. Perhaps sooner than later. Anyways, beautiful Michigan drive.
Beautiful. Over and out.
And we'll see you later.
See you next time. Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Hell yeah. Anyways, that car seems like it's sold. Being that it's Christmas, we're really not able to see whether or not what the details behind that car right now, and whether or not it actually sold. So we'll see in a couple days. If not, we're gonna start our search for something new relatively soon here and make this happen. See ya.